air behind this front, which we'll be grateful for. Let's take a look at satellite and radar, because today obviously a big travel day, and we have two weather systems impacting the lower 48. We have this one that we're talking about that's bringing severe weather to Alabama, but then another that's moving across the northern tier of the country that's bringing snow to the Dakotas and Minnesota. That's going to clip the Great Lakes region. So if you are traveling up towards the Great Lakes, just know you need to keep an eye on those flights, and of course across the southeast, especially this morning into the afternoon. Very heavy rain, and yes, severe weather now starting to march towards the Alabama-Georgia line there, with its sights set on a major airport hub, of course, being Hartsfield, Jackson, and Atlanta. If you have a connecting flight in Atlanta today, you got to keep an eye on that flight. Here at home, as we wait for that front, because it will move in Wednesday night into Thursday, we are nice and quiet. We do have some patchy fog trying to develop, not near as big of an issue as it was yesterday. We have our wind coming out of the southeast this morning, and it's a little more elevated, just enough that fog isn't able to develop widespread across the area. 2 miles of visibility in Brooksville, half a mile of visibility in Zephyr Hills, seeing at least a little bit of fog on I-4 over in Polk County, just to the east of Lakeland. But overall, we're looking good. In fact, oh my goodness, guys, look at the clouds. If you're not looking at your screen right now, they're neon in the sky over Tampa. 65 in St. Pete, 70 in Tampa. Tons of beautiful sunshine out there. Really nice morning. Today, 84 degrees for a high. We'll have a very low end rain chance. You'll notice an increase in cloud cover as well. Here's that severe weather threat across the southeast, again from Mississippi all the way into Georgia and the Florida Panhandle. That's going to bring rain and storms, multiple rounds of it late morning all the way into the evening, with a greater severe threat, in fact, from parts of Alabama and Georgia into the evening tonight. So if you have flights back half of the day, or you're driving that way later today, you got to keep that in mind. And then snow moves into the Great Lakes tonight into tomorrow. That front moves in again for us Wednesday into Thursday. That'll bring us a low end rain chance. This is Wednesday afternoon around 4 o'clock. A few spotty showers possible. Then that front moves south of us on Thanksgiving, and the cooler air spills in. We'll see partly cloudy skies to start, and I do think we'll see a decrease in cloud cover through the day on Thanksgiving, and it's just going to be a beautiful day. While we could have a stray shower or two for the morning, high temperatures on Thursday only in the low 70s. We'll have a nice breeze as well. It gets even cooler on Friday with high temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, but that will be a brief, cold snap. We'll go back into the 80s by the upcoming weekend. Marine forecast looks much better today. Light chop on the bay, seas 1 to 2 feet. Overall, not a bad day to get out on the water if you want to. 7-day shows warm and mostly dry the next couple of days, with that low end rain chance Thursday and the cooler air spilling in. Highs only in the 60s after a morning in the 40s on Friday. We'll go back into the 80s by Sunday.
Maybe thought, but I don't even think it's gonna. It's not gonna fit in a microwave if it's a big turkey. So just keep that in mind. So just plan accordingly. Don't make the news.
Gotta be right, exactly. Don't be that person. I've gone to my in-laws before, and they've fried turkey, and they're always so nervous and careful because arguably, it's probably one of the more dangerous methods of cooking a turkey.
We fry our turkey every year, but it's like so far away from the home, like the house. I just get it as far away as possible.
Real careful. Yep. So get the turkey thawed.
It's kind of creepy when you drop it in, because it just starts boiling and bubbling all over the place, and you're dropping it in and going like, please don't.
We've stuck to smoking turkeys has been what we've done the last few years. It's really good,
but
very good. If you fry your turkey, do it safely. We wish you the best.
And if you smoke it, by the way, it makes really good gravy.
Oh.
Smoked gravy.
I'm going to tell my in-laws that now. Wow.
Yep, there you go.
We've been missed opportunity the last few years. All right, everyone. Let's talk about your Thanksgiving travel forecast, because I know a lot of you may be waking up, getting ready to head out on a flight, maybe hit the road to travel to friends and family. We have two weather systems impacting the lower 48 right now. We have this one to the north that's bringing snow to the Dakotas and Minnesota. That's going to clip across the Great Lakes region today and tomorrow. So if you have flights to the Great Lakes, they can usually handle snow, but it might cause some delays at some of the airports, places like O'Hare, up into Minneapolis as well, parts of Michigan. And then we have this weather system here that's bringing severe weather to the southeast. In fact, it looks like a new flash flood warning in effect in northern Alabama. Some severe weather moving right into the heart of Atlanta right now. Of course, that a major hub for a lot of connecting flights out of Tampa. If you have a connection in Atlanta today, you got to keep an eye on that flight, because this is just round 1 of 2 rounds of storms expected in the state of Georgia. That front will knock on our door just in time for Thanksgiving. But in the meantime, as we wait for that, it is quiet. All is quiet across the Bay Area right now. We do have some patchy fog, not near as dense as yesterday. 3 miles of visibility in Plant City along I-4. It looks like the most dense fog is up in Inverness this morning over in eastern Citrus County, where you're down to 0 miles of visibility. So just take it easy out there. Now that the sun is up, it shouldn't be as as tricky to navigate, but just keep that in mind if you're about to head out there. Otherwise, beautiful sunshine across the Bay Area, 69 in Tampa, 64 in St. Pete, 68 in Clearwater. Overall, a nice start to what will be a nice day today. Highs in the low 80s, low end rain chance. Can't completely rule out a stray shower this afternoon. Our wind is starting to shift out of the south, so that's going to pump in a little more moisture. It's going to feel a little more muggy, and naturally that could generate an isolated shower ahead of our front. Here's a look at the severe weather threat. You can see that level 2 indicated by the yellow color here extending into Alabama. That is where we have the greatest tornado threat today. So if you did have travel plans out to Alabama, whether you're driving or flying, you definitely got to keep an eye on that. And then that front moves into our area tomorrow afternoon. Here's a look just before 4 o'clock. A few isolated showers possible. And then as that front sinks south on Thanksgiving, we'll start the day fairly cloudy. I do think clouds will gradually decrease through the day. You'll notice a breeze, and it'll also be nice and cool. Can't completely rule out a stray shower Thursday morning. I think we'll have enough moisture for that front to work with, but overall the day looks really nice. In fact, it will be cooler for your Thanksgiving holiday. Maybe you can open up the windows as you're cooking, let Mother Nature cool down the house a little bit. Highs only in the low 70s after a morning in the low 60s. Can't rule out that spotty shower in the morning. Now, even cooler air settles in on Friday. Take a look at this. High temperatures only in the 60s Friday after a morning in the 40s, but this cool down will be brief. Notice by the weekend we are back in the 80s, so enjoy it while it lasts because the humidity will return and the really warm weather will return just in time for the Bucks to come home on Sunday, by the way. Your marine forecast shows light chop on the bay, seas 1 to 2 feet. Good day to get out on the water if you want to. Your 7-day shows warm and mostly dry weather today and tomorrow. That front cools us off on Thanksgiving, waking up in the 40s with highs only in the 60s Friday. Beautiful start to the weekend with highs back in the 80s by Sunday.